pet it and prick it and mark it with a B and put it in the oven for Daddy and me.
I've got some bad news for you.
What, honey?
It's not Daddy and me, it's Baby and me.
Who says so?
My childhood.
What about my childhood? I had one too, you know, eons ago.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, far be it for me to argue with a successful publishing man about literature.
You know, now that you mention it...
Baby and me does have a ring, doesn't it?
What you want? You want to get in? Yes. Let's just say I was taking poetic license. Oopsie daisy!
You two make quite a picture.
Where did you go? Where did you go?
A classic one, actually.
Yes. You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know, that gives me an idea.
What's that?
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. We should have our picture taken, Amanda and me.
You're right. You know, I could help you do that.
Got a camera?
No, but Willis does at the office when you for the professional stuff.
I will speak to Amanda later about arranging a portrait sitting.
Amanda?
You want a portrait sitting now?
You're a very lucky girl. Your
Yeah,
daddy's so
you
proud.
are. I know what you want. Yes, I do, and I'm gonna get it. I didn't know what you were. This. You know what? Just before you came in, I was thinking that maybe I would take Amanda to the complex.
Oh, I see. To show her off.
That's right. I could put in a playpen in my office. Silly, huh?
Not so silly. But not such a good idea either.
No, you're probably right.
It'd be pretty risky right now.
Rachel may be just waiting for us to leave the apartment to snatch her back again.
Do you really think so?
Well, she might want to fight fire with fire. Yes, I love Amanda. I love Amanda.
I felt so sorry for her the other day.
When she showed up?
She sounded very contrite about all she's put you through.
I wish she hadn't come, dear.
She wanted to make amends, Matt.
Well, who knows how long that would have.
You don't think she was sincere?
Oh, I think she was sincere when she said it, but constancy is not one of Rachel's virtues.
Well, you know her better than I do.
That's a ring. Yes, it's a ring.
Hello, baby.
Janice, how much did you overhear our conversation?
Enough to know that she was terribly upset. And that you were terribly upset, too. Mac, I want you to know that it's okay that you're upset. Look, I better put Amanda in the other room. Come on, Crown Princess, into your playpen. Come on.
Here we go. Bye-bye.
Say goodbye to Daddy. He's got to go to work.
Bye-bye.
Come on, let's go to the castle for a second.
Bye-bye.
Have Panda?
From a kiss? Yes. Daddy's right here.
Well?
Guess I better get back to the complex.
You want some more coffee before you go?
No, thank you, dear. What do you mean when you said it was okay for me to be upset?
Mac, I know you still care for Rachel. Does that embarrass you?
No, it's not embarrassment.
Do you think you're going to hurt me?
I don't want you to misunderstand.
It's perfectly natural that you and Rachel still have feelings for each other.
You know, we were very, very much in love.
Well, Mac, look at it this way. How secure would I feel if you could just turn it on and off just like that? Besides, when two people live together as long as you and Rachel have, well, it takes time to make an emotional adjustment.
But some people do help the adjustment along.
Yes, I guess they do.
Rachel and I have just hurt each other terribly.
Hurt is the part of loving.
You believe that?
Well, it's always been that way for me. The idea is to try and stop hurt from taking over everything else.
Oh, I hope I never hurt you.
Do you regret hurting Rachel by taking Amanda?
Of course I do.
She forced you into it, Mac.
Well, I did try everything I could think of to avoid it.
Rachel knows that.
You're going very easy on Rachel lately.
Did I used to be hard on her?
Well, I seem to remember that you two had rather heated disagreements.
Well, she hurt me, too.
How?
By telling me about your history of short-lived affairs.
As if you were one of them, huh?
I know what she was doing.
What made you change your mind?
Seeing her here.
Did that really have that much effect on you?
I understood what she was going through.
As a woman?
And as somebody who cares about you.
I'm telling you, you have to be one of the most remarkable women in all history. Well, call me up every hour or so. Give me a report.
Yes, General. I certainly will. You sound just like you were in the Army.
Oh, no, on second thought, I'd better call you.
Why, are you thinking about Liz?
Yes, the less she knows, the better.
Couldn't agree with you more.
You know, besides being very lovely, you're a great comfort to me in my old age.
Even that. Have a nice day.
Once more.
Come on, get out of here.
Oh, yes, right.
Oh, yes.
I'm here to apologize to you
What about?
for the way I behaved about Amanda.
Rachel, it's too late for that now.
Please don't say it's too late, Mac. I was wrong. I admit that. I was wrong to keep Amanda from you. And I was wrong. I was wrong to blame you for turning to Janice.
You blamed me for that before it ever happened.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And please give Amanda back to me.
Rachel, after all that's happened,
She's all I have, Mac. She's all I have now.
you're right back where we started.
No, we won't, I promise you.
But what assurance would I have that I ever get to see her again?
I give you my word.
You did that before, and then you always
I
backed
won't
out.
do that now. It's too important to me.
But it's important to me now, too.
Please, Mac.
Please don't go on. I can't bear it.
Please give her to me. Please.
I'm sorry. It's important to me, too, you know.
You still love her, don't you? I do love you, Mac. Too much to let Rachel get in between us now.
Hello, Kurt.
Oh, there you are.
Well, have you, do you want some coffee?
No, thank you. I only have coffee when I get up.
Well, it's still very early.
Yeah, but my day starts at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Heavens. I guess that'll be all, Louise.
Very well.
Sit down.
Thank you.
Well, I wish I could discipline myself to get up that early in the morning.
Huh? What time do you get up?
Hardly at all these days.
Any more news from Mac?
I talked to him yesterday after I saw you.
Oh? Did he call you?
I went over to see him.
At his hotel suite?
At Janice's apartment.
Is the baby still there? Did you see Amanda?
briefly. And then Janice took her out of the room.
I had no idea.
I'm sorry, Kirk. I'm just so worried about her, and I want to hold her.
Does Janice know anything about caring for a child?
She has never had any children of her own.
So what did you say to Mac?
I begged him to give the baby back to me, and I told him I'd do anything.
And?
He refused.
You shouldn't have humbled yourself like that.
What else could I do?
Well, I suggested the other day you see a lawyer. Now, I'm insisting on it.
In New York?
I've already outlined your case to one of them, without mentioning any names, of course, and he could start right away.
I'd have to see him.
New York is not that far away. Besides, you have an apartment there waiting for you.
I'd have to leave Amanda here.
She's with Mac anyway.
Something might happen to her, Kirk.
Oh, I doubt
If
that.
anything happened to her, I would never forgive myself.
Well, perhaps my lawyer can come here then.
He already works for you?
Yeah, I put him on a retainer, just in case you need him.
Kirk, you shouldn't have done that.
Why not?
Well, you have your business to take care of.
Right now, you're my business.
Yes, but you can't stay in Bay City indefinitely.
For as long as you need me, I can stay here. Is that all right with you?
Yes.
Good.
Mrs. Corey,
Yes, Louise.
dinner will be ready shortly.
I'm not hungry.
Well, shall I hold it for an hour or so?
I don't want dinner.
You must eat something.
I can't.
I'll keep it warm in case you change your mind.
Mom gave this to Amanda.
I remember.
He doesn't look very happy anymore, does he?
Why did you bring him in here?
They all look so lonely in the nursery. Do you think Amanda misses them?
She was very fond of her toys.
Matt gave this to Amanda right after she was born.
I'm sure Mr. Corey is taking good care of Amanda.
Are you?
Yes, he always made such a fuss over her.
He's in the office all day.
We must have hired someone.
I don't think so.
Then who's looking after her?
He's letting Janice do that.
Oh, I see.
Do you know Janice?
I've seen her here a few times.
Yeah, that's right. She has come by a few times to visit with Jamie when she remembers that she's his aunt.
Well, she seemed nice enough.
She's very pretty.
When did you first meet her?
When I was married to Jamie's father.
Did Mr. Corey know her then?
No. And they got together when I took Amanda to the artist colony.
Couldn't you and Mr. Corey work things out?
He doesn't care to.
He's always been so devoted to you.
Well, you can see how quickly that devotion ends.
I don't believe it's ended. Have you spoken to him recently?
I went over the other day to beg him to give Amanda back to me.
What did he say?
He refused.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Corey.
I guess he's content with the way things are now. He has the baby he's always wanted and his mistress. I'm sorry, Louise.
I know how upset you are.
I still shouldn't talk like that in front of you.
You miss Amanda terribly.
I do miss her. I just want to hold her.
Oh, Mrs. Corey. I guess I'd better check on dinner.
My account.
You must. You really must eat.
I can't force myself to, Louise.
Well, try for Brooks and me, then.
Why don't you and Brooks have what you were planning to serve me?
You have to keep up your strength.
Why?
Your work.
I can't work.
You will again.
Thank you for your concern.
Oh, Mrs. Corey, there is one other thing.
What?
Brooks wanted me to ask if he might remove the crib and other furniture from Amanda's room.
No!
But just so that he could give the nursery a thorough cleaning before Amanda comes home.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
She will be coming back, Mrs. Corey.
Maybe. If I take Mr. Corey to court.
Do you plan to do that?
Looks like I'm going to have to.
Do you think Mr. Corey will contest your action?
He'll do anything he can to stop me.
Oh, surely the courts will give Amanda to her mother.
Mr. Corey has enough money to keep this case going for years.
I don't believe he'd do that.
You haven't talked to him lately.
He's not an unreasonable man.
We can't fool ourselves, Louise. We're not going to have Amanda back here for some time.
I won't give up hope.
Good. Because I just about have. Excuse me, I'd like to be alone.
Of course.
Who is it?
Come on, sis, open the door.
Vince.
What took you so long?
Oh, well, I was making some mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes?
Yeah, I was fixing dinner.
Oh, yeah? Since when do you stick your hands in the mashed potatoes? Huh?
To get out the lumps. Since when do you come by my house without calling first?
Oh, I do it all the time.
Well, maybe you better not do it anymore, huh?
Look, all of a sudden it got real cold here, like you left the refrigerator door open or something.
Well, I told you I was busy.
That's no reason for such a cold reception.
Look, why did you come by here?
I came by because I wanted to tell you something.
Well, couldn't you have phoned me?
No, I couldn't.
Well, what did you come by to tell me?
Look, if it's such a bad time, I'll tell you later.
No. Now's as good a time as any.
Something's got you upset.
I'm not upset.
Is Mac here?
No. He was delayed at the complex.
Honey, what's going on with you anyway?
What do you mean?
Well, I went by the office, and Willis said that you've taken a couple of days off.
Yeah, that's right. I had some things to do around the apartment that I've been putting off.
Oh, why couldn't Willis tell me that?
What did he tell you?
He said that he'd have you call me.
Yeah, and you weren't satisfied with that.
No, I wasn't satisfied.
Look, why are you making such a mountain out of a molehill?
I think it's just the opposite.
What did you want to tell me?
Do I got to stand out here?
The apartment's a mess. If you'd called me, I could have straightened it up.
Okay, Janice. Okay.
Well?
Well, I really don't feel like I'm in a festive mood anymore.
Don't tell me it was good news for a change.
Oh, you might say that. I'm getting married.
What?
I've asked Mimi to marry me.
Oh, Vince, I think that's wonderful.
Oh, do you really?
Oh, listen, now I feel so terrible about being so unfriendly. I'm sorry.
Why? I'm used to it. I'm used to you.
Oh, Vince,
Huh?
I'm so delighted for you. I can't believe it.
Thanks. Now maybe I can come in. What is this? Janice, what is going on here?
Amanda's staying here.
Who's Amanda?
Mac's baby.
You're kidding me.
I'm not.
Have you lost your mind?
I'm taking care of her.
And what is Rachel doing while you're taking care of her daughter?
Mac took Amanda away from Rachel.
What?
He has as much right to her as she does.
Janice, you're playing a very dangerous game.
This is not a game.
Amanda is not your child.
She is the child of the man I love.
You're using the child to drive a wedge in between Mac and Rachel.
No, that wedge was already there.
Yeah? Well, you're sure hammering on it. Well, tell me, just what does Rachel think about all of this?
She's very upset about it.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess she is. First you take her husband, and now you're going to take her daughter?
I am not taking anything from anybody.
Look, that's what it looks like to me.
Well, I'm not afraid of Rachel.
Honey, it sounds like she should be afraid of you.
Max still cares about her. She knows that.
I see. And you're going to counter that by playing mother to his daughter.
I'm not doing that.
Don't tell me, Janice. I can see. Come on.
Well, if that's what I intended, it's had the opposite effect.
Whether a blind couple can succeed in raising a family. Then Rock Hudson and Claudia Cardinale team up for high-class cops and robbers, spiced with international intrigue and suspense in A Fine Pair on NBC Monday night at the movies. Tonight, be sure to watch NBC Nightly News as it examines the chances for survival in a nuclear war.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another World.